Hey besties, it's Joel, and today I'm going to be doing another one of my come book shopping with me videos, and this time I'm going to be taking you to Bath, as I had heard so many good things about the bookshops in Bath. I really wanted to check them out. Plus, I had never actually been to Bath before, and so I really wanted to go and just explore the architecture and like amazingness there, because a lot of people thought I would really love Bath, and spoiler alert, I did. But to help me look pretty and amazing for Bath, I had the help of Ana Luisa, who are very kindly sponsoring today's video. Ana Luisa is a brand that I've been following for quite some time now, as their message and mission of creating sustainable, carbon and water neutral jewelry is something that's amazing given our current climate with the world. And just seeing the work that Ana Luisa does in order to promote that message of sustainability is amazing. And I always feel like the main character whenever I have their jewelry on, and it really gives me a boost of confidence as well. It makes me just look very pretty. And so on my trip to Bath, I wore this Hannah necklace, which is designed by BookTube's own A Clockwork Reader, and I find that it just emanates dark academia and is a very nice addition to my jewelry collection. Next, I wore this Michael Bold curb chain bracelet, which basically complements the Adam Bold chain I showed you in my classics video. It sits super comfortably on my wrist and it's just really nice on. And then finally, I have these Elios earrings, which I wear one of them to complement my sword earring, as I needed something in my right ear to look just as cute as my left. I also wore the Mecca Off-White ring, which they gifted me last month, as it's still one of those staple additions to my jewelry collection as well. And so if that sounds great to you and you want to check out the Ana Luisa website for yourself, you can go to shop.analuisa.com/1h-fictional fates and check out their biggest sale of the year, which is buy one, get another one 60% off. Their pieces start at $39, and I'm sure you'll be able to find something that's right for you. Also, be sure to check the photos that I took with this jewelry over on Instagram. It really gives that book lover in a bookstore fantasy. And again, a massive thank you for Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. And now, without further ado, come book shopping with me in Bath, besties. So I had the most amazing time in Bath. Bath is literally just such a gorgeous city, and I'm definitely thinking of potentially moving there when I have the money to do so, because one, everything is quite close by within the town centre, and two, like the architecture, the way that Bath feels, although it was horrendously cold that day, it just felt amazing, and it did feel like somewhere I could call home, and just the bookshops, iconic. Plus, one of the bookshops, which we'll be talking about the books I hold from there first, they open until 9 p.m. 9 p.m! That is dangerous, but also I'm fully invested in it. I love it. We love to see it. Anyways, obviously the very first bookshop that I bought a book from was Topping and Company. We could have bought something from George Batum, however they were like £200 per book, and I feel like that's something that I could like gift myself once I finish like my masters or something. I think that would be pretty cool. But I bought myself 4 books from Topping & Co. And this, I think I got the tote bag for free. I think they gave me a free tote bag because I did spend quite a bit in there. Very much a massive thank you to them for that. But the very first book that I bought was Bernardine Evaristo's Manifesto. I loved Girl, Woman, Other. I really want to see Bernardine Evaristo talk about her life, the ways that she uses writing in order to showcase the issues that are within United Kingdom and why she never gives up. And so I'm very excited to check out her manifesto. This book is also signed, and so it's very exciting. They did have signed copies of Girl, Woman, Other in Topping & Co. However, I didn't want to spend even more money than I already did. However, if I do go back there someday and they still do have signed copies, then it's fate and I should get it. It's gonna be a really quick read, I think. It's 190 pages, and so I definitely think it would make a good like train read. The next book that I then got was Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson, which is book 3 of the Skyward series. I saw Katie tweet about Cytonic earlier. I'll leave like Katie's channel linked in the description down below. She has an amazing channel and you should definitely go check her out. And I was just like, I really want to read this more now because she feels like it might link to the Cosmere a little. I haven't read the Cosmere yet, but next year I'm planning on reading a lot more Brandon Sanderson, and so Skyward is kind of a series that I want to get into, and particularly because it's also young adult, and I do definitely want to like harken back to some young adult books as well. I have books 1 and 3. I'm just missing book 2, and I know Waterstones is doing like a really cool Black Friday deal, so I feel like I'll get it then. All of my fantasy friends love Brandon Sanderson, and so I feel like it's time for me to actually get into him. I'm planning on reading Mistborn in December, and so yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I was meant to read Mistborn in January, but we saw how this year worked out. Yeah, and then the final 2 books that I bought are exactly the same. I bought The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, which have both been signed by the author. I already pre-opened one because I wanted to double confirm that they were signed, because I've had an issue before where I'm gonna grab the book actually. Stay here. Oh shit. In the regular unsigned versions of the 10th anniversary edition of The Song of Achilles, the pages look like this, where they just have like the laurel wreath surrounding like the back. However, in the signed copies, they have instead just a plain page like this, The Song of Achilles with the bookplate inside, and this is my signed copy. However, I also have one of the signed copies that has nothing in there. And so when I got this initially, I contacted the bookseller that sold me the book, and they were like, yours is the only copy in like the thousands that we received that are suffering from this issue. And so they basically offered me a refund if I returned the book, and I just decided not to, because now this is like kind of a rare book in and of itself, because it's the only one with this page that doesn't have a bookplate inside. And so one day when I eventually get to like meet or interview or do something with Madeline Miller, because that is a great aspiration of mine. But yeah, I want her to sign this one day, like with her actual signature and personalize it and stuff. But yeah, so now I have 2 signed copies. With this one, who knows what I'll do with it? Who knows what I'll do with it? I'm just very happy that I have a signed edition of this book from one of my favorite authors. I'm willing to do everything for Madeline Miller. This is the lengths I've had to go to secure a signed edition of this book. So I'm so glad it finally worked out. And yeah, that was everything that I got from Topping & Co. And the bookshop is just gorgeous and amazing. The ladders, I love them. I love them so much. It's probably neck and neck with like my favorite bookshop in Bath, the other one being Mr. B's Emporium, which we'll see what books I got from there now. The The next books that I'll be hauling are the ones that I got from Mr. B's Emporium. This bookshop was amazing, and I had a really good conversation with one of the booksellers there who had been working there majority of the time that Mr. B's Emporium had actually been open. It was very nice to like venture around the bookshop and see all the different things. The like book recommendation section from the staff was amazing. I loved the thought and the care that went in each and every like part of the bookshop. Plus, they have this part of the bookshop near the tills where they have pens on the ceiling, and it's basically the pens that they've had authors come and use every time they've signed a book. And so they basically have like authors write their signature and the book they've come to sign on there, and they stick it up on the ceiling, and it's amazing. Before I get carried away, we're talking about how amazing that bookshop was. I got 2 books from there. The first book that I got was Storyland by Amy Jeffs. This one I originally saw in Waterstones, but I was a bit unsure whether I wanted to get it. However, in Mr. B's Emporium, they had like a Christmas gift section where this was in, and someone had written like quite a nice description about this book and like reasons why someone would want it, and that basically sold me on this book. This has lino artwork that's done by Amy Jeffs herself, and so it was very nice to see. Like, I think the art style is amazing. This like map is gorgeous. This also delves into like a little bit of Arthurian myth, and so I'm very excited to like read through it and see how Amy Jeffs takes like the mythical history of Britain. And then the last book that I then got, which was one I didn't expect to get, but one that I'm very glad that I did get in the end. That is Iron Widow by Zhang Zhao, and this one I basically got because I follow Zhang Zhao on Twitter, and I love their videos on like Mulan and Chinese history and culture and the different influences in TV show and film. But also I was very intrigued by Iron Widow purely because of like the premise where we're following China's only female emperor, Wu Zetian, and just seeing kind of like this sci-fi retake on her. The main thing that sold me on this was my friend Rowan Ellis, who basically sent me like a 4-minute voice note telling me I would love this book and that I need to read it right away. The one thing that I didn't notice as well was that I just picked this up from the shelf as you saw in the vlog. However, when I got home, I noticed the book was signed, and there was no indication on the book that it was signed. However, that's just like a stroke of luck. This looks amazing. I definitely think I'm going to read it next month in December, because I definitely want to close the year out with reading some like sci-fi and fantasy. And then the last bookshop that I got a book from was Persephone Books, which basically looks to like revitalize books that have been out of print by women writers. And so it's a really interesting and fascinating mission by them. And I see some of their books being sold in chain bookstores such as Waterstones, and like a lot of the writers are from like the 18th, 19th and 20th centuries. And so we get to see like different perspectives of life and just the way that these women lived their lives in their respective eras. I picked up the Persephone book of short stories because the bookseller there told us that it's a good way to grasp kind of the fiction that they publish and see if there's any particular authors we are drawn towards. With each and every book, you also get the corresponding bookmark depending on the end papers of the book. And so yeah, that is basically all of the books that I got on my trip to Bath. Bath is simply amazing, and I loved every moment there. I'm definitely going back in the future because it's iconic, and I definitely think I will be purchasing some more books from Topping & Co. because they have an obscene amount of signed books that I literally am obsessed with. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this book shopping vlog today, besties. I definitely want to go to more places that sell books. I know I want to go to Edinburgh at some point. I've heard a lot of good things about HMY. But if you have any other places that you'd like me to do a book shopping vlog in, let me know. And again, a massive thank you to Anna Louisa for sponsoring today's video. You can go to shop.analuisa.com/1h- fictional fates in order to shop their amazing deal. Buy one, get another one at 60% off. I know you don't want to miss out on that deal. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, be sure to click that subscribe button so that you're notified whenever I upload next. I'll have all my social medias linked in the description down below for you, so you can go check me out on the various other platforms that I'm on. I'm just really excited to have done another book shopping vlog for you all, and I really cannot wait to read all of the books that I've got from Bath. And so yeah, I guess until the next time, bye besties.